is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you out a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you out with a quick video. We're going to talk about Joakim Noah, the guy that just got waived. He was a guy that was able to win Defensive Player of the Year. He was able to help the Chicago Bulls make the playoffs without their superstar player at the time in MVP Derrick Rose, who just went for 50. But he was also able to get to All NBA First Team, something that nobody would have ever thought Joakim Noah would really be able to accomplish when he got drafted. But he was able to accomplish both of those things while he was in his prime, and he was the best team player. He would speak up for his teammates. He would defend his teammates. He would fight for his teammates. He'd go out there and do whatever he could, whether it was setting screens, dribble handoffs, diving to the rim, controlling the paint, or even if it was just setting up his teammates from the high post, the mid post, or just in the pick and roll, making the right plays. Joakim Noah is one of the ultimate teammates. But just like Derrick Rose and a couple of other players that we grew up watching this generation, injuries derailed him and really finished off his career. Some people said it's Tom Thibodeau. His ability to overutilize his players is old school. Now you need to give them rest. Now you need to get a bench so that way you can rest your star players so they can be prepared for the playoffs. Instead, Tom Thibodeau liked it to run his players in the ground like the early days in NBA, 1970s, 1980s, and obviously the 1990s, where you will be able to play your superstar 35 to 45 minutes. And they love playing, and that's why they continue to stay on the court, because the coach needed them to play. And on top of that, they love to play the game so much they hated going off the court. And nowadays, resting is a thing that everybody does. Back then, the players and the coaches hated the rest. Unless if you was able to play, you played. Nowadays, you get rest and you get breaks to heal your body. But players are staying healthier. Their career are lasting longer than the ones back in the day. So you can also say that that's the counter argument, and I think we all will agree on that at this point. But Joakim Noah was the heart and soul, kind of like the Draymond Green of this team. He did all the little small things, all the dirty work. And that's why it's kind of hard for me to see that he didn't make a NBA roster. Is he the best player? No. Joakim Noah has never been a dominant offensive player when it comes to scoring the basketball. He always been the player that ran the system and did the small things, and that probably hurted him as his career and injuries have hurted his career. The thing that's problematic is now if you get Joakim Noah, what can he really bring to the table? He's not going to get you 10 rebounds a game. He's not going to anchor that defense anymore, and he's never been a scoring player ever in his career. That's the thing. So what is I'm going to really sign? He said he's trying to stay ready. He's trying to stay in shape, and when the opportunity comes, he feel like he'd be ready to help and contribute to a team. Now, that's the mentality that you should have. You should stay in shape and you should stay healthy, because he is young, and like he's 40 years old trying to get into the NBA. He does have a couple more years before he can retire, youth-wise, age-wise. But it do allow you to think how the NBA is. And this is what I kept trying to tell a lot of people that I know. The NBA is a business, and I think a lot of young players don't understand that you're expendable. Just like if you work at a job like I do and everybody else do, once you get out of college too and you get a full-time job with the degree you got, it's a business. If you die, the business is gonna go on. If you quit, they're gonna find somebody to take your position. And I think that a lot of players don't understand that when they come into the league, especially the young players that I meet when I go to summer league or something. And I talk to these players, they're fighting just to get on a summer league roster. They're fighting just to get a 2-day, 10-day contract with an NBA team, and the NBA team is waiving them and finding somebody else the next week or the next day to pick up. It's a business. They want players that can come in and contribute right now. They want players that can come in and help them win. And a lot of people started to see that more when LeBron James and Kevin Durant continued to sign 1-year deals, and it was showing their power that teams will allow them not to commit because they're so great that they're willing to, take a loss if they do decide to leave the next year for nothing. Like right now, Kevin Durant can leave Golden State and they get nothing in return because he only signed for 1 year. Usually, they'll never give you that much power unless they have a team option. A team option means they're letting you go if they don't like you, and that's what they like to have, the power. And Joakim Noah is a prime example. Soon as it was time for him to be loyal to Chicago, they let him go. And then on top of that, New York, they waived him. He was one of the pieces they thought would be fine, going along with Derrick Rose and Porzingis. Soon as he got injured and soon as he couldn't get healthy, he still had years on his contract, and they let him go because they needed that roster spot to go to somebody else. They was ready to move on because he wasn't healthy. And this is what I've been trying to tell the young people and a lot of people. The body is your money. If you can't stay healthy, if you can't contribute, if you go through a slump, they're going to find the next man to replace you, whether that's off the bench, whether that's in free agency, whether that's through the draft. The NBA is always looking how to make their roster better, how to give them the best chance of winning a championship, whether that's staying loyal to you or even trading you to get that piece to get to where they're trying to go. And Joakim Noah is a guy that the injuries didn't help him, and now he's in a situation where he's recovered, he's healthy, and now teams going based off what he did in New York and the fact that he has had a huge injury history. Plus, like I said, he has declined and he's never been a great offensive player. Now he's stuck on the outside looking in, trying to waiting for an opportunity to get a chance to prove that he still can play and he can still contribute. But teams are over him. He's not 25, he's not 28 anymore. He's in his 30s and he's going to the tail end of his career. So a lot of guys cannot wait to get to the NBA, and then they realize that you might not get the playing time. You might not get off the bench. You might be a starter, but as soon as you turn your ankle, they're already looking for another option to move on from you if you don't work out. So that's just something you got to keep in mind. But at the end of the day, Joakim Noah is a team player. He's a fighter. He hasn't really done much since 2014-15 when he played 67 games. After that, he played 29 and started 2 of them. Then he ended up playing with the Knicks 46 games, and he started 46 of them. He didn't really average much, 5 points, 49 from the field on 4 attempts. He still was able to give them 8 rebounds and 2 assists. And that was about it. After that, his career basically went downhill after that year. He became more injury prone and he never could stay on the court. And then the New York Knicks basically just got rid of him and gave up on him because they found, obviously, people like Mitchell Robertson done came along. Porzingis done been able to play center. They ended up getting in his cancer. So that just proved my point that the NBA moved on from him. They found out that he couldn't do what he used to do. He wasn't the same player and he continued to get injured. And what did they do? They just found somebody else to replace him, waived him, and now they're going in a different direction without him. And now it's all about seeing if Joakim Noah can really contribute to a team. And that's the thing. I don't know if he can. I don't know how healthy he is. I don't really know what he's working on. And at the end of the day, even if he did sign, you're not going to pay him that much money. He's not going to be a $10 million, $20 million player like what the Knicks was doing. He's going to be under $5 million, and he's still a big body. I think he's still mobile enough to give you some type of effort and energy because that's his game. He's going to set the screens. He's going to fight. He's going to try to communicate and help his teammates. And that's something that you do want when it comes to on and off the court. You want a warrior. And that's something that he still is. But other than that, I don't really see him making that much of an impact on the team. But people still do want bigs, but now they want bigs that can score. They want bigs that can shoot the three. They want bigs that can do multiple things. And he's one of the first bigs to do that this generation, but he never was a great shooter. And that's something that he most likely will have to add to his game if he really wanted to fit into the modern NBA. Even though there is still some rim running centers in the league, and some solid defenders, solid defending centers in the league that doesn't shoot. Joakim Noah is fighting against them because he does neither well. Whether he's the shooting center or even the defensive center, he doesn't do any of those well enough to really make an argument for that either of him getting back into the league. But he is age 33. He has a lot of people respect around the league. And if he can, if an injury happen or somebody really needs and desperate for talent, Joakim Noah is a solid player probably that they can still pick up and try to at least play 15 to 25 minutes at the most. And if that happens, I think he'll find a way to earn respect from his teammates and get on their right side and then get them to vouch for him. But worst case scenario, he goes to the G League or he goes overseas, and then we can see him play, and then we can see, can he still play? Can he not play? If not, then his career is basically over. He's still, like I said, 33 years old. That's not old at all. And, it's kind of crazy that him and Derrick Rose are basically fighting just to stay in the league at this point. And it was at one point the building blocks of a potential championship team and a number one team in the NBA at that. And now they're basically role players before they even 35, 36 years old. And I would have never seen that coming 5 to 6 years ago. But that just show you how the game of basketball is and how business is. And that's reality. Everybody don't have a LeBron James career. That's how rare it is. And everybody don't have 8, 9 All-Star appearance seasons in their career. We are seeing the reality of the NBA. Injuries happen. Anything can happen. Trades can happen. And, the coaches can mess you up. Your teammates can mess you up. Things off the court can mess you up. And just like that, that can change the trajectory of your career instantly. And some of our favorite players have fell victim to them things, and they was taken away or they took themselves away from us. And we had to deal with it and find something else. And other players that we love and start to get to watching they take their place. Unfortunately, but ain't much that I can say to is a part of the game. So check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Thanks for liking on Facebook and checking out my Facebook. I also got t-shirts that's exclusively on my Facebook page. You can get those shirts. You can change the color of the shirt. You can change the logo of the shirt, or you can do both and get the shirt that you want with that logo. Any color shirt, any color logo, color. And also check out my spread shirt. There you can find items like water bottles, mouse pads, pillowcases, and even things like phone cases. And you can also find t-shirts, sweaters, and hoodies exclusively on my spread shirt. Thanks for support. Thanks for watching. And thanks for continuing to binge watch. I like making these videos. You guys are like watching them. And that's why I continue to go. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about Joakim Noah's career.